the current markets of today are very focused on individual benefit, right? What can I do for me? Oh, if I, what is this going to cost me? How can I, it's all about private goods, right? It's all about like things you can exclude people from. So it's a very exclusionary market. It's not interconnecting. It's about personal benefit. And if you're trying to create value in a world where, like, if you want to, help do charitable work, nonprofits create value, right? Like, but our markets don't attribute value to that value, right? It's like, if there were no homeless people in the city, how nice would that be? Wouldn't that be nice? Doesn't that like make our world better? Doesn't it make you feel better as a person? Isn't that a healthier ecosystem? Like the ecosystem idea, it feels like it's like about the benefit of the whole. Whereas the ecosystem is about the benefit of the self. Our current markets today are about the benefit of the self. But with crypto, we can build markets that are about the benefits to the whole. If you create peace bonds, right, and you can generate Nobel Prize winning peace via a market of peace bonds, you just created something, you created an ecosystem that is benefiting the whole.
You're in a bathtub?
Yeah.
We are.
The faucet is heating it up.
Nice. So we're recording. You are Griff Green.
I am Griff Green. I am Griff Green, and I am in a bathtub eating salad.
Fact. What have you been up to since Camp Decentral?
Man, since the last Camp Decentral, mostly the Common Stack. Common Stack, Giveth, DAppNode, and IDN3 are like the projects that I dedicate a lot of time to, but mostly Giveth and Common Stack. And the Common Stack is building a kind of a template for creating a public goods focused economy, so that you can coordinate value production around public goods. That way, if you add value to a public good, like let's say the roads, or let's say parties, solving the world, solving world, what do you call it? Bringing world peace through partying, that's a public good, right? Everyone gets to enjoy the happy world peace. A public good is anything you can't exclude people from. So you can't exclude people from the experience of world peace, right? So let's create an economy that actually rewards people for adding value in that direction. And that's the general idea, because you can't create a business model around public goods, but you can create an economic model. And so most of these public goods are smaller that we're focused on, like it's not about world peace, it's more about like the roads in a small town or helping orphans in this city. Micro economies. So we use bonding curves, and we use this governance system called conviction voting that allows you to easily send funds from a lot of people can kind of aggregate their decision-making signals into some sort of results that shows you where money should be spent. So, but it's a really nice, easy system to use. Like you just go and pick your favorite projects that you want to support, and everyone does that whenever they want. There's no time situation or anything, and then it just happens. So, but anyway, we're launching our first commons like really soon, we already have like a test version up.
Hmm.
So this economy, this idea, this template for an economy will have its first example, and then hopefully we'll learn a lot, we'll improve it, and then anyone will be able to use it and try to create their own public goods economies. So that's where I'm putting most of my time, is in the common stack. The other side is Giveth, and Giveth hopefully will be also launching a token, and it'll be a little easier to understand because it'll just be like, instead of a tax deduction when you donate to charity, you just get like, karma points basically. Like it's like tax deductions for charity without the government or taxes. That's what we're trying to create.
So people can just see that you're a generous Dojely individual.
Well, no, that when you donate $100, you get like, $40 back, but in the Giveth token, and then that token has value because it will allow you to support the Giveth, create the Giveth platform. Also, we want to use it for collateral for bonding curves, as well as like any money that we hold on the Giveth platform until it's spent, will then be earning interest and buying the Give token on the open market. So it's just various things like that where we use the Give token economy to create positive sum games and actually incentivize, reward people just like tax deductions do for donating, but without needing a government or taxes,
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So those are the projects I'm spending most of my time on. But I'm also really curious to hear what's going to go with Burning Man, if that's going to happen this year. I think it is. Sounds like it.
Really?
So, yeah, it sounds like something's going to happen.
I think an independent one, maybe.
No. The Burning Man Foundation is basically saying, like, dude, if we don't do it, we're going to die. So I'm pretty sure that something's going to happen.
But some friggin' governor could just like tell them it's off at any moment.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely going to be more of a game time decision, right, on what they can do and what they can pull off. But I imagine that, Nevada's pretty chill. It's not like California.
Hopefully. But yeah, I mean, they could like try and stop interstate travel and things. It's hard to know what the hell's gonna happen.
And flights to the States for international, people, that's going to be really hard.
Yeah, like who's gonna buy $1,000 ticket?
Yeah,
Probably a decent number of people, but
absolutely. I mean, the people that missed it last year, and honestly, if this coronavirus shit starts to calm down, people are going to, 2021 is going to be a year of the fucking party.
yeah.
Everyone's so.
It is a chance where if sales are a bit slower, it's a chance for anyone to get a ticket and just gamble on it. So
Yeah.
would
But
probably
what about you, man? Like, what are you working on? I really hope you can get into peace bonds.
get into it.
Like, explain it to me eventually. I mean, you can tell me more about what else you got going on, but I wanna. It sounded like you had like, that this was like something, like a token engineering thing, right? Like you want to create some sort of economy around it.
I mean, that would be cool. It's just a basic NFT at this point, but I want it to be some kind of founder share staking thing. So you're probably the perfect person to be speaking to in the whole wide world. Maybe it can tie in with the common stack and everything else. Is that all built on Ether?
It's on XDAI, which is Ethereum. It's just a bridge chain. Everything that works on XI works on Ethereum.
So that lets you do ether related things without paying all the gas fees.
Exactly.
So if someone's watching this video, how would you explain that to someone who's relatively new to the
Well,
crypto world?
so on XDAI, it's the same as Ethereum, except instead of ether that you're moving around as like and paying gas with, you pay gas with DAI. So the gas is actually reliable. Also, the chain is much faster and has more space. So the gas price and fewer people are using it. So the gas price is basically nothing. Like it costs like, you know, 1/100th of a penny or something to send money around. So the cool thing is though it's bridged to Ethereum. So anything that's on Ethereum, any token that's on Ethereum, you can bring over to XDAI.
And how does the mining work on that? How is it actually secured?
So XDAI is secured by bridge validators, and there's multiple different bridges you can do to go between chains. But there's like, right now it's still proof of authority, and it's like 12 to 14 validators, including Gnosis, MakerDAO, Giveth, POA Network, Protofire, and a bunch of other ones. And then they will be switching to proof of stake. They're using this honey badger consensus algorithm that's a little bit different, but effectively anyone who holds the stake token, it's basically delegated proof of stake, like all the DPoS chains. So you can hold the stake token, and you earn interest on the DAI that's in the bridge, as well as you earn validator rewards with the stake token. And the stake token people get the transaction fees on the network as well. And then if you hold stake, you get to pick who the validators are.
Simple.
Yeah.
So
simple.
anyone
Enough.
who may watch this, spend about 100 hours researching crypto, and it'll all make sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, it's a big problem right now. Like the idea of these peace bonds is to make them NFTs, and I was on Rarible trying to create an NFT. It's like $100 in gas right now to create.
Yeah, it really doesn't make sense.
Or buy it or sell it. It's insane. Like it's not functional. Like,
No.
it's broken.
So the cool thing with XI is that you can move value between Ethereum and XI. So
like
you can have a token. You can have a token. NFTs. I don't know if NFTs have moved across, but you can have NFTs on XI, and they can have value. And yeah, have you ever heard of Harburger tax?
Nope.
It's very cool. Well, I want to hear what your ideas are with peace bonds before I go into it, though.
Okay, give me 1 sec. Sit down. Legs are still tired from that party.
Oh yeah.
Man, the standing desk. So, peace bonds. Have we talked about this before?
No.
It's an idea that goes way back to early 2014. There's actually a video of it. I was about to be interviewed on TV about Dogecoin. In the bathroom, just like taking a piss. And then this notion came into my head that buying Doge was the equivalent of buying war bonds. You know, governments used to sell war bonds to raise money to fight a war.
Yeah.
This notion that buying Doge was the equivalent of waging peace. And then we've been talking for a while about using the DDP to create a synchronized global celebration, win the Nobel Peace Prize. And then during our acceptance speech, proposed that every country in the world should allocate half their defense budget next year to partying. Just like $1 trillion dedicated to partying.
Absolutely.
Would lead to world peace, which would lead to a second Nobel Prize. So they sell $1 million worth of peace bonds to make that all happen. And then once we've won the Nobel Prize twice, which is $2 million ish, everyone doubles their money. So that simple. Anyone can double their money while helping us to achieve world peace. The idea is to sell about, the number is 1651 is what it breaks down to. I can show you the exact breakdown here of these limited edition NFT peace bonds, non-fungible tokens for anyone watching, which is basically, I gotta open it up here. It's basically a piece of limited edition digital art. So this is what one of them might. Did you ever meet Tana at Dogecoin?
I didn't make it to Dogecoin. They wouldn't let me in.
Well,
But I haven't met Tana.
he created this. So this is a rough rendition of what one of these might look like, based on like an old USA war bond from the 1800s. So there's all these different denominations. So there's 1,000 of the $100 ones, bronze, 500 at 300, 100 gold, and you got platinum. These aren't labeled, but platinum, emerald, diamond, and then moon rock is the most valuable and the most money that will be doubled. So that's your best bet, basically.
No brainer.
Yeah, we've been working very hard on, since the pandemic started, doing these virtual mixed reality parties. Do you know that concept? Or like everyone on the Zoom room is also a node out in the world with the sound box. So everyone, it's a way to host a simultaneous global party, and they can have a view, a video screen or a projector showing the party, so you can create this simultaneous global party with two-way audio video.
Yeah. So there's a party, all the parties are being connected to each other.
Party singularity. And yeah, we've been experimenting with that since the start of the pandemic. Did a pretty epic one on World Peace Day in September, and then had the footage we needed to finally finish this documentary. So we've been working together, or working hard on that, registered a corporation for it, started fundraising, started getting all the team together to process. There's like probably 3,000 hours of footage. So built the whole team. We've got pretty much everyone in place now. Got to lock down the main lead editor. And yeah, it's all there. So just working on fundraising. And the idea is to make it totally open source, copyright free, like something that's just in the commons for everyone to enjoy and get inspired by. And can also be, it'll have all the legal clearances, so Netflix or anyone can still take it and broadcast it. So that's the basic idea. And yeah, there's really 2 documentaries I want to make. Like this one will be a couple hours in length, but then I've got so much of the most amazing footage, like the start of the DDP and then the dawning of all the decentralization stuff, like Camp Decentral, all these conferences, all these like far out people in the movement who are super funny and fascinating. Like there's no way like anyone has someone has, but I think it's got to be the coolest, most interesting like record of all these weird travels through all these crypto psychedelic happenings. And like I really want to have my buddy help release something that's just like a series for like hundreds of hours, just like footage edited down for anyone who wanted to follow. And yeah, it's awesome seeing like at the start like crypto's worth nothing and then it keeps rising and then everything like all interwoven and it's all like coming together now. So very exciting stuff. And yeah, the goal is to try to get the movie done by this Peace Day, September 21st, and really make it a mass global release. And yeah, the Peace Bond is also a ticket to the movie premiere.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, limited edition art that can be traded. And I was thinking loosely like some kind of founder's share or something, but I don't know much about that world or the possibilities there. So you're probably going to talk to.
Yeah. So there's this, you could try it out. It's called This Art is Always on Sale. There's this thing called Harburger tax. The idea with Harburger tax is that like, let's just use it for the peace bonds.
Yeah.
So you can set the initial price. And that would be the price to mint it. And then when someone mints it, they would have to pick the price that they would sell it for. So in this way, these NFTs are always for sale. Whenever you buy it, you have to set the price you'll sell it for, and anyone can buy it from you at that price. The thing is, there's also a continuous taxation, effectively, where let's say it's 5%. If you set the price to $100, then every year you're going to pay $5 while you hold the NFT. And that $5 can go anywhere. It can go towards buying Dogecoin on the market. It could go towards world peace. It could go towards partying. But the main thing is that these NFTs are always on sale. And they're always giving interest to whoever initialized it.
So by holding it, you have to.
When you buy it, let's say you buy it for $100,
you'd also need to put $5 extra as a deposit. And then at any time, the person who gets the taxation could come and claim that deposit. Claim their share of it, right? The deposit's constantly being whittled away and given to allocated to the other person.
But what about like say you put aside 5% for the first year? What about the second year?
If you don't pay your deposit, then there's usually like a default price that people can buy it at. So if your deposit runs out, then your price doesn't matter.
So someone can just buy it back from you without your wanting it to happen.
Well, I mean, technically, someone can always buy it from you.
Oh, interesting.
You could never. I mean, you can set the price really high and keep it for yourself, but you'll be paying that tax continuously. So the higher you set the price, the more tax you pay. But like, imagine this: I buy the $100 peace bond, right? I set the price to $300, and then eventually, no one can buy any more $100 peace bonds, and someone buys mine for $300. I paid $100 for it, and I paid $5 in taxes over the year, but then someone gave me $300 for it. So I actually made a profit, right? So now you have a secondary market for these NFTs where people can try to make a profit by buying the cheap ones and raising the price. But when they do that, they're constantly paying a tax to you as in the effort, the DDP like peace bond effort.
So it's like a crazy gamification.
It is. It's a market. It's like yeah, it's beautiful.
Has anyone done this yet?
Yeah, there's a few projects. Reality Cards is doing it for prediction markets. It's a little bit different than that. Wild Cards, check out Wild Cards.
Like Wild Cards NFT. How do I find it?
Yeah, just type in Wild Cards Ethereum. I think it's wildcards.io.
Yeah.
The first version, I mean, this is an idea from like the 1800s or something.
Really?
But the first version implemented on Ethereum was by Simon de la Rouvier, who also created the bonding curve. And he called it, "This art is always on sale."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a cool concept. I haven't heard of this. So here's the wild cards. So it's for wildlife.
Yeah, so every card that they sell is an NFT.
Huh.
And it's constantly streaming money for charity. So you can buy it for $5, and then or the new ones are on $5. Oh, look who's at top of the list.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
So how does the monthly thing work?
Well, all my wild cards add up to that fee.
So that's like your tax each month?
Yeah.
Interesting.
How does always for sale work?
That's how you like gamify saving the world, eh?
Exactly. I mean, you have these cards, you can show them off, you can be like, yeah, look, and you can make money off of them if Wild Cards blows up, and people start buying these things like the NFTs, then, all these charities win, as well as, and so do the people who like are trading the cards.
So you're like betting on what people will care about.
Yeah. I mean, right now, I think the problem with this is that they have too many cards,
Yeah.
and there's not a predictable issuance rate, right? Like you don't know when these cards are going to be issued. They just print them whenever they want, and yeah. And but now they move to Matic, so there's the old cards, which are the ones that I had on Ethereum that really don't make any sense anymore because like gas is too ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
Matic is just another blockchain.
yeah, they're a layer two solution. They have bridges to Ethereum. I don't know if it's a blockchain. I don't know enough about Matic, honestly.
Should I click play on this video?
Nah, it's
Neat. But yeah, peace bonds would be a much simpler and smaller project that might work better.
yeah. I mean, and there's only so many peace bonds, right? And you
Yeah,
know,
there's either right now it breaks down to 1,651, or do you know the whole Christmas truce story?
yeah.
So that was, I think, 1914 was the year. So Emily, who's involved in DDP, had the idea that that would be a cool number to hit. 1,914 peace bonds.
Oh, but you only have 1,600. Or sorry, 100, 1,000. Yeah, 1,600.
Yeah, like right now, I just did this
Okay,
as a
you
break.
want to up it.
Like, it's just like a clean breakdown, but we could easily have. I mean, if it's gamified, it would be cool to make a bunch of ones that are even cheaper. Like whatever is missing here, 300 or 250 or whatever.
Mhm.
$10 ones. And then, yeah, those are
Yeah.
ones that people can just jump on and kick off the whole gamifying and start selling things, build momentum.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys would get the initial funds, and you would get the constant streaming funds,
Yeah.
and that streaming money is really powerful for continuous work. You know, predictable continuous work.
Yeah. That's what we're going to need for sure. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot lately about how, like, you know who Marshall McLuhan is?
No.
It's like this crazy. It's funny how little people have heard of him. It's like this super genius guy. He was this like media theorist professor guy from Canada in the 60s. He coined the term global village and like I think hardware and software and like predicted like the internet and everything it was going to do to like human action and interaction. The medium is the message is one of his quotes.
Hmm.
He's got this other quote where he says World War III will be a guerrilla information war with no distinction between civilian and military participants or something like that, which is definitely totally true. We're seeing it happen now, just like all cyber war and governments just messing with populations and manipulating everyone to turn them against each other. So like, we need to be
Yeah.
waging peace and we need some financing, but if we're properly aligned and organized, we'll be way more powerful than that. So something like Partying, decentralization, the Doge,
The douche.
all combined
Yeah,
allow for infinite possibility. Pretty sure.
absolutely. The Doge plus you, Gary. uh, okay, so the problem is that it's not that easy to do hardware tax. It's not nearly as easy as like Rarible, right? Like you need someone to check out those smart contracts.
Yeah, so how is this like feasible at this point in time?
I mean, it's feasible. You can see Wildcards is doing it. I mean, you can talk to them, or you could fork their code, change it, just do Matic like they're doing, or whatever, and yeah, go for it. You could also reach out to Matic or XDAI. Well, XDAI doesn't really have the funding, but a lot of these layer 2 solutions are looking for a good NFT like project. Matic is the only one I can think of that would sponsor you. I mean, and I don't know them. I don't have any connections, but I do know that they do that, right? They're like, they have their own token. They want people to use their network so that it has some value.
Sponsor, like they'd build it for us, you mean?
Or at least, no, they probably fund your developers to build it. Fund them and definitely support them and fund them a little, is what I would say.
Mm-hmm. Cause yeah, the idea right now is just kind of like I posted a Medium article a couple days ago explaining the idea, saying this is the preliminary art and saying contact us if you're interested. But we just need to raise money to make the movie for now.
Yeah.
Is the movie release is the main release for the rest of the peace bonds, or maybe the actual.
When did you? It sounded like the movie was a year away, though.
Would be like September is the idea. If we
That's really far away, man. Like, you know how it is. Like, you've seen these markets. Dude, people are raising millions of dollars right now with shit projects, just nothing, shit, and and this is just like what happened in 2017, you know. And you can create right now. You can create a shit project, and it will succeed. In a year from now, you can create a great project, and it will fail. That's crypto, you know.
the idea was to have the full $1 million amount of peace bonds available now. So maybe it's the time.
It's the time, man. Don't let anything get in your way. Create whatever crypto idea you need to create, and do it AS fucking P. Because like, yeah, this is the moment, you know. If this shit doesn't launch in the next 4 months, might as well wait 3 years. It like the way the regular world works, you know, like the U.S. economy, you know, it'll have like 8 to 10 years of slow, steady growth, and then 1 year of shit, pain, everything fails, and then 8 to 12 years of nice, steady growth. That's great. You know, that's really nice for starting businesses. Most of the time, it's a friendly environment, you know, and there's fair competition, you know, and it's like, You know, if you're an average business, you'll succeed. If you're sub-average, you might fail. If you're above average, you'll succeed. Except for that 1 year. Except for that 1 year. In crypto, it's like, oh man, but you throw shit against the wall, tokenize it, and you're a millionaire, right? You're just screaming up to the moon, and then just nosedive, plane into the Pentagon, just poof, you know, like disaster. And you could be launching the most impactful project that the world has ever seen and have everybody supporting it, and you will still lose money, and everyone who invests in you will lose money. And then you have like 2 years of like average, usual pain, normal, like still just kind of painful, painful, painful. And then like maybe 6 months to a year of like neutral, everything's kind of going up. This is nice, right? So right now we're entering that magical year to the moon where you can't fail. You have to really be a scammer to fail, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, you have the nosedive into the Pentagon and like crash and burn, disaster, explosion, whole world is burning on fire, dead, right? So like either launch now or just hang out.
Yeah, I mean, we could have launched this in 2017, but was busy
Yeah.
helping to build the culture and things like that. So,
And you did build the culture, and you built a brand, and you built, you know, a lot of people trust this brand, the DDP. It's impacted a lot of people's lives. Honestly, dude, if you just created a DDP coin, you know, people would buy it as just like to support you.
instead of the peace bonds.
Well, you can still do it. I'm just saying, like, people want to support you, right? Like, you raise donations. How hard is it to raise donations? It fucking sucks. It's really hard. But you get some donations here and there, right? And then, like, just imagine if instead of asking people to just give you money, you could give them a token of the same price in return.
Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to make these things. At first, I was just asking for donations, and I was like, well, it'd be great if we could offer them something instead of just asking for a thing. So here's a
Yeah.
piece. So, I mean, yeah, we could, the whole crazy funding curve thing, like that sounds like it's going to take some time to create, but like, how would you, if we wanted to do a launch? I mean, we need to start making this movie and paying people if we want to be on this schedule. So, like, it needs to get done.
I mean, I'm skeptical of the movie and bullish on any kind of digital token or crypto asset that you can create.
Skeptical of the movie. How do you mean?
Just because it's going to be a distraction from getting the whatever crypto economy off the ground.
So you'd put the movie on pause and just focus on creating a crypto token financing scheme to keep it all.
Or creating an economy around the value that you're creating. I mean, you know, tokens are not the point. Tokens are like the surface. The real value of these crypto networks is the economy they're creating. Doge is so great is because it's supporting the people who are creating the network so Doge can be great, right? Like it's just printing money. Doge is just being printed and given to the people who are providing computing power so that they can support the network where all the magic happens. And this issuance of currency is the magic piece. So if you're issuing the currency, if like, I mean, there's no wrong way to do it, as long as you're actually creating value. And you're trying to create value. So you just got to make sure that you're incentivizing that value creation with whatever economy you build. If it's just a bunch of NFTs that you're selling, sure, that can work. You know, you can also you could do a token where you do liquidity mining on it or something, and then you also, I don't know. I mean, there's a million ways to do this. There's a million ways. The big thing is that if you do it now, you will win, and if you wait a few months, you won't. Like that's the
Yeah.
thing.
This next bull run is gonna end.
When?
How much gas does this?
Summer?
Hmm?
The summer or the spring? I think we have at least 3 more months.
You think it's gonna keep going up for 3 months?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. What do you think Bitcoin's gonna hit?
I don't know, but I think it'll. I mean, in 2017, it corrected 20% 7 or more 7 times on the way up. So it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. It goes up more than it goes down, and then it goes down real fucking hard. But like, I mean, today was pretty wild for Ether, at least, right? Like,
Up like 30% or something crazy.
yeah, about. I mean, it basically kissed 1,000. It may have crossed 1,000 in this call, maybe not, but
I'm surprised Ether hasn't been rallying more.
yeah,
Any idea why?
it's just at least the pattern is always Bitcoin leads, then Ether and large caps start making their rounds, and then medium caps, and then small caps. So Bitcoin's been leading. Now maybe this could be the day that we transition to the phase of Ether leading, but I wouldn't commit to that, but it could be. It sure looked like, at least the Ether Bitcoin ratio, it did like a nice little double bottom and then pump. That's a pretty nice sign. It's a pretty good signal to be moving towards alts.
Doge.
Yeah, Doge, dots.
What's behind Doge tripling overnight?
Yeah, I mean, Elon.
You think he's buying it up?
I don't know. I don't know who's buying it, but I'm sure that his marketing helps.
It bodes pretty well that the second richest, by far craziest billionaire in the world is all about it. Like, like that's things are gonna happen. Do you have any connection to that guy?
No.
We need to.
I feel like there's got to be some burners that got some connections there, but
Yeah. Well, there's one pretty awesome lady who's been coming to the virtual parties. She was involved in Tesla from early days. She's like, yeah, just message him on Twitter. He's always on Twitter. Like hire someone to be messaging him all the time, interacting, because I don't have time for social media stuff.
Have you ever used Upwork?
So much going on. Upwork.
Yeah, it's amazing, man.
Where you
Hire someone from the Philippines for like $8 an hour for like 5 hours a week or something. Train them to ping Elon Musk 1 hour every day.
You think they'd know how to write?
No, you'd have to spend 10 hours training them, but then they would work for you for the rest of the year. trying to get you on.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could spend 1 hour training someone I know well that knows all this stuff to train them for 10 hours. So.
Maybe.
Upwork?
Upwork. It's incredible, man. I found someone so amazing from it.
Yeah.
I hired 2 people off of it, and then and I actually, so I have a personal assistant, Juliet, who helped me with the last burn,
Yeah.
and she hired them on Upwork, and one of them was way better than her. So I ended up hiring her. Juliet went on maternity leave. She had babies, so I'll hire her back when she's done. But this other girl, I like put into like a real position full time.
Is this something that shouldn't be? If this video goes public, should that not be said?
Oh, I mean,
I can erase this part.
you don't have to. I don't feel bad. I would tell Juliet's only working 20 hours a week. You know, she's not a full time person. It's okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't be ashamed to say these things.
Well then, you're just stating facts.
Exactly.
Not everyone can be the best at a thing.
No.
I'm sure she's a lovely gal.
Oh, well, Juliet's incredible. I mean, I trust Juliet with like very important things that I couldn't trust anybody with, other people with. So everyone has their own skills and talents. I mean, the biggest thing holding Juliet back is 20 hours a week. I mean, you know, part time is just not full time.
Mm-hmm. So, what would you recommend we do with the peace bonds? Like right now, like as far as I know, Rarible isn't really functional. The NFT market is like broken until gas fees come down, and when's that gonna happen? Like,
Yeah, man. Fuck. So your plan is to actually mint these peace bonds and then just sell them to your community, right?
yeah, the rough plan was create these things, $1 million worth, and then like with Rarible, you can still get the 10% every time it gets sold or whatever percentage you set it at. So,
Oh, cool.
I mean, at some point it would be wicked to create like with the release of the film could be some amazing epic like what you were talking about, some token economy that will fund this thing.
Yeah, but the peace bonds are just as much of a token economy as anything else.
Yeah, like we can create these things and then give them whatever utility we want in the future, right? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
say like this is just the beginning. These are going to be potentially like infinitely valuable tokens in some space age new scheme to turn the world upside down in beautiful ways.
Yeah, I mean, you could find different, like maybe tokens could give special airdrops. Like if someone's creating a token, they could give special airdrops to anyone who's holding a peace bond.
Yeah,
They
if
could,
you have an NFT, you can receive airdrops through it.
well, the NFT, you know, you basically can look up everyone whose address has that NFT, right? So now you have this list of addresses. You don't receive it through the NFT exactly, but you have that list, and you know, if someone wanted to create a token and give it to good people, you know, like, well, here's a list of good people who are buying into the peace bonds.
Yeah, or
Uh,
else could airdrop to the holders too.
What?
Anyone else who's like, I want to give money to peace bond holders could just be like,
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, the main thing is then like the marketing of this thing, like getting people hyped, getting them to getting good people to hold these things. Like you don't want it to be just all bought up by like someone who's greedy, but someone who's hopefully yeah, I mean like ideally we could give a bunch of these things to people that want to start like DDP nodes. We had like a few wealthy benefactors that wanted to buy them up, and then we would like give tokens to anyone wanting to start DDP nodes around the world, and then they could get future airdrops when things were ready. That's a big part of this too. We've been talking to the guy who started Jammy Pack about hopefully
Oh yeah.
getting a stake in that and really going hard with it. And now with the virtual parties, like anyone in the world can be beamed into the Zoom on their phone connected to the Jammy Pack, so anyone can be a party node out in the world with a Jammy Pack, like party superhero, especially once they get some power bands on, some shapes. So that's the other piece of this thing too, is finally launching the DDP party power ups clothing line,
Yeah.
getting all that into people's hands. And yeah, it's really cool. Like it can, and then we could do like people who have these tokens could get like exclusive access to parties and things. Like I guess just the backwards compatibility. It's like we probably don't want to be on some weird blockchain, but as long as we're issuing NFTs on Ether, like is there any other options here that you know of that would be
Well,
optimal?
there's Matic, obviously.
Yeah.
They're doing the wildcard ones. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of NFTs on XDAI, but let me check really quick. See where they're at.
Like,
I'm pretty sure, yeah. So there's Nifty.Inc. and there's Shenanigans and Foundation.
next die.
Yeah, here, I'll send you this link. I'll send it on Telegram.
Got it. But yeah, with Rarible, it's good that there's already like this nice, clean, existing marketplace that like it needs to have a good interface for people who aren't super crypto inclined.
Yeah, no, Rarible's really nice. And I'm sure that they'll have some scaling solution. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of options, but they just have to pick one and execute.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I was like, yeah, we'll just use Rarible. Like the idea was to launch on New Year's Eve, and then I started trying to use it, and I was like, why the hell does it cost $100 to create a token? This is not.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And what's
mean,
with Ether switching to, should I say Ether or Ethereum switching to, is that an interoperable term?
is in practice it's interoperable, but Ether is the currency, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Ethereum switching to proof of stake, that's like a year away or something, right?
or 3 years away.
What's
I wouldn't count on it.
Yeah.
Not anytime soon. I think it'll happen. It's just,
Yeah.
going to take a while.
Has to be done right. I was gonna ask you too, what are your thoughts on staking ETH?
I wouldn't do it.
No.
I mean, it's just too much money locked, you know? Like the interest rate isn't as good as a lot of the other DeFi things that are going on out there.
Yeah. I don't know much about it, but
I mean,
by decentralized finance.
yeah, and there's a lot. There's a lot of DeFi stuff.
You can
And the interest on Ether is like, I mean, you don't have to run a node or anything, and you're getting 50% a year. So why would you get like 10 or 17 max percent a year and have to lock it and not get any liquidity and have to run a node?
who's
Like,
offering 50% a year?
what?
Who's offering 50% a year?
It's all over, man. It's like, I mean, it's usually not as simple as put Ether here and you get 50%, but it's like put Ether and some other token that you like even just Bitcoin. Put Ether and Bitcoin into like wrap Bitcoin into a Uniswap pool and then stake it in this other platform, and they will give you they will give you this token at 50%, and then you go and sell that token.
Hmm.
But for Bitcoin and Ether, like now it's 17% a year. But like Ether and sushi, 100%.
What the
You
hell?
know?
I've been out of the game for a while. But
Yeah, it's the
don't even-
problem is that now with gas the way it is, it's like even doing this shit is just ridiculous. So expensive.
I mean, yeah, do you think are there competitors to Ether like Ethereum, like EOS or
Well, it
anything?
doesn't it seems to me that the right strategy is not to compete, but instead to join, right? Just like make yourself interoperable, because all the value is on Ethereum. You know, EOS has other tokens, but they have almost no value, you know? Like, uh, yeah, I mean, name a token on EOS. Name a token on anything besides Ethereum. It's like, there's like Tether, that's on Omni and a few other things. Like any token that you can name that's not its own blockchain is probably on Ethereum and some other blockchain, you know?
So they would ideally be like plugged in as side chains or whatever to
Yeah, I wouldn't even call it a sidechain as much as it is just like bridged, so that value can move from Ethereum to their network. Just like wrapped XDAI or wrapped Bitcoin. I
yeah,
mean,
I've noticed it on the chart, but what is that?
yeah,
The way
wrapped Bitcoins has the 12th largest market cap. That's insane.
what is it? It's a bridge between Bitcoin and Ether.
Sort of. It's like a token on Bitcoin, sorry, a token on Ether that's created when people lock money in a multi-sig um, that like, I don't know, 7 or 8 or 20. I don't know how many signers they have, but it's like a bunch, all the biggest. It's run by BitGo, and it's like, I think Coinbase runs a node. I think there's just like a whole bunch of like well-respected Bitcoin groups run have a key in this multi-sig that's attached to, you know, a node. And then whenever someone deposits money into that multi-sig, they issue wrapped Bitcoin for them on Ethereum. And anytime someone sends wrapped Bitcoin to their smart contract, the wrapped Bitcoin is destroyed and it sends them Bitcoin.
Hmm. Someone needs to finish the Doge bridge. We were so.
Yeah, really sad that that disappeared, huh?
I guess they built half. Like you can send Doge to Ether, but you can't send Ether to Doge.
Wait, if you can send Doge to Ether, then why isn't that? Why don't I have tokenized Doge? Where is it?
I don't know. Like they finished, it was TrueBit was making it, and they finished the first half, and I guess they got the bounty, but I think there's still a bounty for the second part of it. It was complicated. Like it involved like you had to get the you had to change something on the Doge core protocol with.
Yeah, they're asking for a hard fork, and Doge said no, right?
I don't know if they said no or they just couldn't get them to agree or whatever.
Just couldn't get someone to do it.
But with the bounty now, it's like the price of Ether. It's a lot of incentive there.
Yeah.
In the world who are smart enough to actually do it that aren't busy with something else. So hopefully
Yeah.
it'll maybe do good. Drop everything.
Drop everything and build the Doge bridge.
Someone drop everything.
Oh,
Build. I mean, Elon just needs to say like, hey.
get Doge on Ethereum, please. Where's that tweet? Where is that tweet, Elon?
And this was, I mean, this was always what I said from the beginning. I was like, the peace bonds are going to be on the Doge blockchain. Like, that's the only way this is going to happen. And then now that there's at least half a bridge, I feel like it's.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, if I could get my hands on some on Doge on Ethereum, I would hold it. I
Yeah.
guess it's not convertible the other way though, so that doesn't hold a peg.
You wouldn't hold it.
Well, I would. I guess it does need to be able to go back the other way. Otherwise, it's not.
I mean, it'll uplift your soul, etc.
Yeah. I mean, I think it'd be better just to download the Doge wallet or hold it on some other multi-chain wallet. I guess I have like Trust on my phone. That probably holds it.
There's a million wallets that hold it.
Yeah.
It's on like every exchange. It's, and I mean, the fees are so low.
Yeah, it's great for sending money around.
I mean, it just needs to replace. Why is Litecoin still like top 5? Like,
It doesn't make any sense.
why is it still around?
I have no idea.
Bizarre.
Makes no sense at all.
If you don't understand it, how can it be understood? Like, who's
Well, clearly I must be wrong then because it is doing that, right? So
what a weird world. And yeah, fully, if anyone's watching this, they're just starting to see how how deep this all goes. It's crazy how like 99.9% of the world has no idea. They're just like, there's this like virtual money that's like
yeah.
changes everything in ways nobody can fathom. And there's armies of people you've never heard of building the scaffolding for a whole new world.
I mean, you used to have an army to start a currency. Now you just have to know a couple of nerds.
That's a good quote.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much like it's really evening the playing field, right? I mean, the fear is technocracy. You know, now instead of the politicians ruling the world, it's the devs. Hopefully, the devs will be nicer to us.
They seem like a pretty nice group of folks.
So far, so good, especially in Ethereum.
Yeah, I've never. Do you know any like evil devs?
Um, hmm.
Like the hackers are the bad dudes. People
Yeah, I don't know them. I only know the good
evil things
hackers.
tend to be decent folks.
Yeah.
The ones that try to slide in there and steal everything, benefit from everyone else's work. And allow that.
Well, if there's one thing I want to get across, I just hope that you really double down on launching some kind of token ASAP. You can with Rarible. I mean, you could how much was it costing at what gas price? You remember?
5 or 6 days ago, it was like $100. I think US, like 80 or $90
Wow.
just to issue like one token. Unless I was doing, I mean, I need to look at it more. I was like rushing to do the New Year's party stuff. There's like two options on the creation thing that aren't that clear. There's like the Rara token.
Ferrari? Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's EFT 1155 or whatever. It's like one type of token if it's a single, and then if it's a series, it's a different one, like the engine created standard. I tried
Yeah.
each of those, and each of them were like $100. I asked in this Telegram group, Rarible group, I was like, "Is this right?" And they're like, "Yeah, the network's just congested." But
Do
they
you
said,
remember? Do you remember what the gas price was?
no, I
Okay.
can try it right now.
Oh no, yeah, you could try it right now. If you try it right now, then I could get some ideas. Because you could try it and manually change your gas price so it only goes through if the network calms down. And maybe you'll be sleeping when that happens.
Did they let you do that?
MetaMask, you can change your settings in MetaMask. So you can go to if you click MetaMask, and then there's a little circle in the top right corner.
Yeah, I got it open right here.
There's advanced.
Let me I'll do a screen share so I can show people.
Okay.
So here we are.
So yeah, click that MetaMask, click that circle. I mean, $23, you don't even have enough to mint it. Go to settings and advanced. And scroll down, and where it says gas, advanced gas controls on, hex data on, and customized transaction nodes on. This gives you a lot more power. So the nonce is like you don't have to change anything else or click save. You can just go back and it'll be changed. Yeah, you can exit out. Yep. So now you can try to mint and see what happens.
Yeah, this is the thing where they don't explain it at all. I was trying to figure out, it's like, what is this collection thing? So, Rarible or create. So yeah, if it's a single collectible, it's ERC 721. Create, choose file. There's Doge. Already used. Who took triple F?
Probably you.
So then we go fucking
Why wouldn't you make a series?
$1,000 is the gas fee here.
Like, wait, I don't see it.
This didn't pop up.
No, it didn't pop up.
Um,
It's weird because I could see it before. What happens if you click the MMS guy again?
yeah, let me start a new screen share.
That's weird because I could see it before.
Yeah, it's just a new window. So here's the thing.
300, $1,000. Wow, yeah. Well, it's trying to do 3 million gas. Well, so there now you can change the gas price, so you can make it like 31. No, not gas limit. Not gas limit.
Should I?
Get that back. What did you put there? Yeah. You could change the gas price. The only thing you'd ever want to change is the gas price. You can make it like 31, and it would still be $100. So, shit.
Like how, at this level, how long would it take to actually go through?
Who knows?
Like weeks?
I mean, it's really like, if there's like 10 blocks in a row really fast, and maybe the price of Ethereum, like, you know, stables out and not everyone's trying to use the network, then it would go through.
So maybe in a while, at $100, it might go through.
Yeah. And yeah, I wouldn't trust it for less than, I would put it at 61 personally if I wanted it to go. If I wanted it to go through in a week, I'd put it at 61.
Yeah, it's like $200.
Yeah. But you got to remember, your ether wasn't worth as much yesterday as it is today either.
Oh yeah, and they were saying like a month ago it was like 5 cents or something to mint a friggin' token. It's just the price plus the congestion is making it insane.
Yeah.
I mean, you must have these issues too with everything you're trying to build, right? Like,
Oh yeah. And that's why I don't build on Ethereum anymore.
mm-hmm.
I build on XDAI. I use bridges. I ran a whole conference called Scaling Now in 2017? No, 2018. It had to be 2018. We ran Scaling Now conference in Barcelona. It's like, there's no way. Ethereum's only for extremely financialized projects. It really doesn't make sense for making the world a better place projects, which is what we like to work on. So Ethereum's not our happy place. But check out on these other options like Nifty.inc.
Let's check it out. Do you mind chatting a bit longer here?
Yeah, I'm supposed to meet someone in about 8 minutes.
In the bathtub or online?
In the bathtub and online.
I don't want to stand in the way of that. Nifty.inc?
Yeah, Nifty.inc.
Doesn't seem to be working.
It takes a little bit to load.
No, that's not funny. www.nifty.inc.
NIFTY.INK.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
Okay. Is this it?
Yeah, I think so. And then I've never actually tried to make a picture or anything, but yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Now just make it, fill in the name. Oh, you send me your address and I'll send you some XDAI so you can pay for gas.
Through MetaMask?
Yeah, just whatever your Ethereum address is. Yeah, oh yeah. So click the MetaMask, and you'll also have to move to XDAI. Cancel this shit. Scroll down, reject. And then, yeah, click the account one. Oh yeah, so go to custom RPC. And then network name, type in X. Here, I'll send you the. So type in X dot, lowercase x, capital D, lowercase a, lowercase I. And then the RPC URL is https://rpc.xdiechain.com. Chain ID, yeah, xdiechain.com. And then chain ID is 100. XI, this is the same X, capital D, lowercase a, lowercase I, yeah, soon. And then I'll just paste you the URL for that. And this is where you can get this whole information. So that's the Block Scout is the Block Explorer. So now you're on XDAI.
The last link you sent.
Oh no, you don't have to click the last link I sent, but that's where all that information is. Now send me your address for your wallet. So we click MetaMask and then click that account. Where's the account one?
Yeah, just let me. I'm gonna hide it.
Your address? You don't want people to know your address.
Not on this video.
Oh man.
Just in case. So I just copied a clipboard, account
Yep.
one, basically.
Yep. And also you could switch the network from mainnet to Ethereum to XDAI. You added it, but now you have to switch it.
Oh, yeah, I didn't. I clicked away before it added.
You clicked away. No.
I thought you were sending me
Yeah.
a telegram.
Here, the trick is, okay, like share your screen again if you can.
Yeah. Custom RPC. Wait.
But there's another trick. Oh, hi, Doge. There's another trick. There's an option to expand so that it's taking up a whole tab instead of being a pop-up window.
What's the trick for that?
Yeah, those three dots, and it'll say expand, expand view.
Boom.
So now, yeah, custom RPC, yeah, you can fill this out.
What was the?
So the RPC, it's https://rpc.xdiechain.com, and then slash at the end, RPC.
Yeah.
And then chain ID is 100. And actually, at the end of the .com, add a slash for RPC chain. And it's rpc.xdiechain. Yes.
We need a
Yes.
blog.
And then Explorer, you can paste in.
Paste in.
Yeah, I sent it to you in
XDAI chain.
yeah, it's a Block Scout /POA/XDAI. I sent it on Telegram.
This is some technical stuff.
Yeah, but once it's set up, it's done, you know? At the top, did you hit save? Nice.
Yeah.
Add network, is it there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, it's there. Great. Okay, so now you can go back to nifty.inc.
I don't need to press this.
Nope.
Okay. And go to create.
Yeah.
Does it take a minute to load?
Sorry, I was sending you a little bit of XDI. Weird.
We're gonna run out of time here.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, that's great. Is that me in the bathtub? Ooh. Okay, so I don't know. Let's see. What, oh, you have to connect at the bottom. There's a little connect button. Wait a minute.
0.1 x die.
Yes, you are. I sent you 10 cents.
Oh, I thought that might have been $100.
No,
It's not 1-to-1 with Ether.
it's 1-to-1 with die.
I thought
Which
die is oh, it's $1 per die, right?
Yeah.
I see. So just next.
Yep. Well, I can't really see what's going on the screen, but the MetaMask says connect your MetaMask wallet, right?
We're connected. There's my
Okay.
one.
So now you should be able to create, or maybe ink or something.
Like, can you?
Oh yeah, name it. Say Griff and then limit 3.
3.
Sure, why not?
Oh, rare.
Very rare.
Lets you upload your own images too.
I'm not sure, but let's just see how much it costs to make an NFT.
Okay. Let me get it.
Wow, look at that. 0.000661. That's like nothing. That's, that's dollars basically.
That's what?
That's 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 how many dollars it is. 0.000661 US dollars.
So not much.
No, not much at all.
But I mean, are there any rareable like entities on this thing that could be used?
I don't know. I think this is the only one. Well, there's 2 other NFT places, but of course they're not as nice as Rarible.
Well, I have a solution here. Let me share screen. So if you just bought this art for $1 million, we'd be set. What do you think?
Oh, hold on. I'm just telling someone. I can go a little bit later.
Yeah.
It's convenient. Oh, what did you say?
So
If you sold this art for $100?
you bought this art for $1 million, we'd be funded and
Oh,
get so much karma.
so much karma. It is a beautiful work of art, I have to say. I would love to hold it in my wallet.
Bet you would.
I
Yeah.
thought POAP check out POAP. I thought they were doing on XDI as well. Oh, you know what? They're only a phone thing. If I remember right. But I wonder if their blog would say anything about XDI.
For anyone to use this, they're gonna have to like install MetaMask and do all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
We can't. It just won't work like it needs to be.
Well, I don't know which is harder, paying $1,000 to mint it, or it just won't work either way.
Yeah, like what are our options here? Like we could create it for them temporarily in that and then transfer the ownership or something like.
Uh, hmm. Well, okay, so you can check out POAP, POAP.xyz. These guys, they do NFTs as well, and it's like proof of attendance.
Proof of attendance.
It's like a badge that shows that you went to something, you know,
Interesting.
and then you get an NFT like, oh, I showed up to this DDP.
Yeah.
And they have their own app, and it's very easy. You know, you don't have to do any of the crypto stuff. You don't have to know much about the crypto stuff.
All the cool kids are doing it. They got
I
a
don't know.
website.
It definitely has quite the following. They've been around for a long time. They're one of the older major NFT projects, I would say.
I mean, aren't they going to be suffering from the same?
Well, this is what I'm wondering is like I wonder what their scaling solution is, because I'm sure that they're not only on Ethereum.
Their ERC 721 tokens.
Yeah, but those can be, so is that Nifty.inc.
So it's still ERC 721 on a different blockchain.
Yeah, exactly. If like XDAI, if it's using Solidity, it's using the standard, you know. So XDAI is just like Ethereum, except it's cheap. Anything you can do.
I mean, Rarible must be figuring out a transition plan because like they just don't work anymore, right?
Yeah.
They must
So,
be on this.
so POAP is using XDAI.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Since when?
And it looks like you can move your tokens from XDAI to mainnet.
When it gets cheaper.
Well, yeah. Or if it's worth $100,000, then sure.
Does moving a token, would that cost $100 right now too?
Sending tokens, not $100, but it will definitely be expensive. Yeah.
And what about like how much is just an Ether transaction right now?
Oh, let's see.
Or BTC?
Yeah, my baby.
What's your baby?
ETC.
You want to share that little tidbit?
It costs $3 to send Ether right now.
$3?
$3.38.
Damn, son. What about Bitcoin?
No, I have no idea. I can't even test that.
You want to mention your role in?
In ETC,
Yeah.
I'm a founder. um, well, the DAO was my project, and it didn't really work out very well. It got hacked for $50 million. To get the money back from the hacker, the whole Ethereum network decided to hard fork and change the rules, basically hack the hacker and give the money back to everybody who put it there. At the time, that $50 million was about 4% of all Ether in existence. So, because my project uh, was the instigator for that hard fork, that hard fork is what created ETC. So there were only 5 of us in Slockit that did the DAO. So I kind of think I have to. I feel like ETC, is like my, I don't know, orphan child or something.
Using ETC for all this stuff. Are they not? It must be way cheaper fees and everything, right? Like,
Well, there's not much. There's not many people who want to work on that chain.
but are they not like interoperable?
They were the opposite of that for a long time. It was like there were challenges with using either one because you had to, because it was the same network. There were some weird technical things that, like, you would say, "Hey, I want to send Ether somewhere," and then that transaction could be replayed on the Ether Classic chain as well. So if you say, "Hey, I want to send Ether there," it could also send ETC there.
Yeah.
That was a huge problem for a while. They fixed it, and at this point, there is a bridge, so you can move tokens from Ethereum to ETC. But honestly, I just don't hear anybody working on ETC. Like, there's way more action on XDAI. There's more action on Ubic, dude, than
Yeah.
ETC.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, it's still, I see it in the top.
I know why. ETC had like some major issues in the last. We got 51% attacked like 3 times this year. Last year, I guess 2020 was a bad year for ETC. Man. They basically got delisted from a lot of exchanges because you couldn't trust that they weren't just. I mean, this is the problem with being. This is why Dogecoin was so smart to merge mine with Litecoin.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why ETC doesn't try to merge money. Honestly.
Maybe because they're set in their ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're,
Or at least they have to change their algo because you really can't play second fiddle in crypto algos, you know?
yeah.
But yeah, man, well, good luck with this. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. Maybe just keep talking to the Rarible guys and try to figure out what their scaling solution is because I can't imagine that they don't have a plan.
Yeah, and they must have seen this coming. Hopefully.
They have to have, and I don't know what the crypto art scene is going to say. But POAP, you could hang out with those guys. They're really nice.
Yeah, no, I'm down to do all this stuff. It's so much friggin' work. Like, I need to make this movie. Spending weeks figuring out weird token things, but I mean, it's all very powerful and useful. Just need more copies of. I mean, need to figure out how to delegate all this stuff. So,
Do you have any Ethereum like expertise type people that are in the DDP?
not like right in it, but there's definitely lots of people that support, people that were at Camp Decentral. We put the word out. I'm sure there's people that are down for the cause, but I mean, yeah,
Trying to
you
do
know,
at Camp Decentral. So the NFT space is like, I don't have that many friends there. I mean, I do, of course, but not like,
there's some really good contacts there, like Jessica Angel. There's a dude Gus from Mexico. I forget his last name. Do you know him? He's friends with Juan.
which one?
Juan Galt.
Juan Galt. Oh, no, I don't know him. I know Juan, but I don't think I know Gus.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's like we're connected to a million crypto people, but the NFT people, they don't seem to be generally developer types.
That is very true.
They're more in the art creation and vice versa. But yeah, I mean, what would you recommend for just like get the bonds out ASAP? And I think it's just like getting them out, and then we can figure out the functionality later of what kind of magical things they could do, right?
Definitely. The challenge will for sure be the transaction costs, though.
Yeah. Yeah, and then this is where I'm like, man, the amount of time I've spent trying to figure this out could have just been like devoted to having nice conversations with people, getting them hyped on the movie, and just donating. It's hard to know. But the peace bonds, I love this idea. We got to do it. So,
Yeah, I think you should stick with the plan, but figure out the execution pattern in a different way.
yeah. Well, I can
I'll,
consult with the team.
yeah, check out the POAP guys. POAP, and see
Yeah.
if you can mint one of their tokens, and check out their wallet on the phone. It's very nice. I don't know how exactly they're doing their contracts, but it looks like you can send it, you can mint on XDAI, and you can move them to mainnet Ethereum. So
These are pretty much NFTs that they're creating, right? Like,
721s, yeah.
just not designed to be an art platform, but it
Yeah.
could, right? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. And whatever they're using for infrastructure, maybe you could use it too. Like, it doesn't mean using them like you use Rarible. It's just like, uh, although it might be cool to give everyone uh, a proof of attendance token for your Zoom calls, right?
yeah, no, that'd be rad. As long as it's not like complicated to do.
No, man, it's really amazing. They even give he would even like they mail out these badges that you can hand people that are like stickers with QR codes on
Oh yeah.
them. And you scan them with your phone, and it's like just an app on your phone. And then you collect your badges there.
Yeah, it could be a pretty. So you have the event, and then you have to be at the event to scan the thing to prove you were there.
Yeah, each NFT has its own unique barcode, QR code. So you could basically, anyone who shows up, you could just send them all a link, an individual link, and they'd be able to click the link, see the QR code, scan it with their phone, and then they'd have the badge.
And hopefully they wouldn't share it with someone else, or can you only scan it once?
The badges are non-transferable. Yeah, you can only scan it once.
If they shared the link with someone else, could they?
If they shared the link with someone else, then they wouldn't have the badge. So it'd be like attending the event for someone else. Like, okay. There's only one. It's not like,
Very neat stuff.
yeah. It's a cool project, and dude, the guys that are behind it are super nice and accessible. I really wonder how they move from XDAI to mainnet, but it really could be the solution, right? You mint them all on XDAI, and then you can move them to the expensive ones to mainnet. And what's cool is their app, I'm pretty confident it will show you XDAI or mainnet. So, like in either spot, it looks the same to the user.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to sell it on OpenSea, then
Yeah. And there's also that other blockchain you were talking about for the Matic.
yeah, and that's what Wildcards uses.
Yeah.
And they also have a bridge, although I don't know if you can bridge the NFT over.
Oh, it's so complicado.
Yeah. I mean, I know you can bridge normal tokens over it.
It seems like more once the movie's done, we can get something like that going. Like the movie is supposed to be the marketing for the whole revolution that makes tons of people want to participate. So at that point, there's a token that encourages that.
Yeah, but if the token was there before the movie and helped fund the movie, then the token would still be there after the movie.
For sure.
And the movie would support the token. But honestly, I just, if it takes till September, dude, crypto market it will turn into a bear, and
Yeah.
just expect screaming death.
And what do you think about best places to advertise these peace bonds?
Open. I mean, if it's on Ethereum, OpenSea is the marketplace.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that many people. It's mainly to, I guess, get to people who already know about DDP and are in the crypto world. Or
Oh, it's not about actually. Well, I mean, OpenSea will need to be used because that's where it becomes easy to transfer and buy and sell the NFTs, right? So if nothing else, however you advertise it, you'll need a link there.
instead of Rarible.
I don't know. I've never used Rarible myself. I don't know shit about NFTs, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, I know projects. I know the high level overview. I believe in the future of it, but as far as like, I don't really hold that many NFTs. I guess I do, but that's not where I focus my time.
Yeah.
Like there's this really cool one, dude. Neoplastic. Fuck, what's it called? It's like a bonding curve attached to NFTs, where every time you should. Oh my god, it's so fucking cool. And it's so simple. Let's see, I'll grab the link.
You want to share?
What?
I said, do you want to share a screen?
Sure, I guess I could.
Or I could.
I'll let you do it. But neoelastics. So this is not necessarily applicable to peace bonds. Let me just throw that out there. But it's like, so that anytime you want to create one of these neoelastics, you have to send money to this bonding curve, and it will create one and hold the collateral in the curve. And if you don't like it, you can sell it back to the curve and get your collateral back. But the price will change, is determined by the curve. So what really matters is how many are out there. So like you can imagine, like if you got a smiley face, then, or if you got like 2 greens in it, oh my God, because greens are super rare. So if you got 2 greens in your square, it'd be like, oh my God, this is like really rare and valuable. If it has a smiley face, or if it looks like a flag, then, you know, then it would be valuable. But if it's just a normal one, you know, that doesn't have anything special, maybe you'd sell it back, and or maybe you'd hold it for a couple days and see if the price goes up and sell it back and try to take a profit. But the more people that mint it, the more the price goes up, and the more people that burn it, the more the price goes down, and you own the NFT.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah, bonding curves are crazy, man. They, yeah. But I guess that's this is the end of the show, Gary.
Before I forget, the quote that's been attributed to you: decentralization is the transition from egosystems to ecosystems.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to riff on that for a moment?
Well, you know, first off, I don't know if I ever said that, but it does sound like something I'd say. It's a transition from ecosystems to, or ecosystems to ecosystems. Man, I don't know. Ecosystems. Well, I definitely really love the ability to take, you know, the current markets of today are very focused on individual benefit, right? What can I do for me? Oh, if I, you know, what is this going to cost me? You know, how can I, it's all about private goods, right? It's all about like things you can exclude people from. So it's a very exclusionary market. It's not interconnecting. It's about personal benefit. And if you're trying to create value in a world where, like, if you want to, you know, help do charitable work, nonprofits create value, right? Like, but our markets don't attribute value to that value, right? It's like, if there were no homeless people in the city, how nice would that be? Wouldn't that be nice? Doesn't that like make our world better? Doesn't it make you feel better as a person? Isn't that a healthier ecosystem? You know, like the ecosystem idea, it feels like it's like about the benefit of the whole. Whereas the ecosystem is about the benefit of the self. Our current markets today are about the benefit of the self. But with crypto, we can build markets that are about the benefits to the whole. If you create peace bonds, right, and you can generate Nobel Prize winning peace via a market of peace funds, you just created something, you created an ecosystem that is benefiting the whole. So, I don't know. That's the best I could do for riffing on that. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I did not say that quote. I don't know who did. It's a good quote, but I don't really talk about the ego very much.
All attribution can go to the Doge.
Yes, the Doge probably said that.
But yeah, that was great. And I mean, this is stuff, these are ideas a lot of people I know are passionate about and trying to figure out. Like, what would you recommend for resources for people that want to learn about what you're building?
The Commons stack?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, Commons, it's Commons stack, like 2 S's in a row there, .org. Follow us on Twitter. We're building, the first Commons we're building is Token Engineering Commons. You can also check out Giveth, which is basically a charity platform on Ethereum. And we'll see if our token launch is a success. But I'm telling the Giveth team, just like, and the Commons Stack team, and the token engineering team, and the DAppNode team, the same thing I'm telling the DVP team. Like, this is the moment. And if we don't do it now, we have to wait another 3 years or something. So might as well do it now. Like, whatever it takes, figure it out, double down, clear the schedule, prioritize it, you know, because this is the moment.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, I love you, Gary.
Love you too, my friend. It's also worth mentioning that Doge spelled backwards is egod or ego D, ego death. So
Yeah.
the perfect divine avatar for this entire movement and this transition from ecosystems to ecosystems.
Yeah. Well, anyway, man, like I said, I love you, buddy. It's fun hanging out.
Yeah, hopefully we can make it to Burning Man.
I believe. Are you allowed in the US now?
Not yet. Working on it.
Well, then, you know, if I'm allowed into Canada, so that's nice.
Well, not right now, the pandemic.
Not right now.
Unless you're some sort of essential worker.
I think I'm pretty essential.
I think so too.
Wow, the eyes are rolling there. Yeah, okay, I'm not essential. Fine.
I didn't roll my eyes.
Play it back, Jimmy. Play it back. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon, man.
Yes. Thank you, sir. May the Doge be with you.
And also with you. Bye, buddy.